Hello everyone, this is Sam from Language Atlas, and in this video I would like to show you the French B1 vocabulary Anki deck. In this video we will go over three things. First, I'd like to show the French B1 vocabulary course structure. Second, I would like to show you the course content, and I'll do so by looking at three Anki decks within the overall French B1 vocabulary Anki deck. And third, I'd like to show you some brief editing options. So let's get started with the first point, which is to show the course structure. Now normally you double click on an Anki deck to open it. However, I've already done so, as you can see right over here. There are 8 chapters within the overall French B1 vocabulary Anki deck. Pronouns, conjunctions, verbs, nouns, adjectives, adverbs, prepositions, and determiners. And if we click on this little plus icon right over here in front of chapter 4 nouns, you can see that there are 19 subdecks: academia and intellect, animals, arts and entertainment, and they range all the way to time, maths and numbers, and transportation. Now, what I've done is that I've taken a look at all the nouns that are here, and I've categorized them on theme. So if you wish to learn more about animals, you can do so. If you wish to learn more about food and drinks, you can do so. If you wish to learn more about sports, hobbies, and activities, you can do so. Everything you need is right over here. Now, that was my first point to show you the course structure. Now I'd like to move on to my second point, which is to show the course content. And I mentioned before that we'll look at 3 decks. These 3 decks are Chapter 4 nouns, home, Chapter 5 adjectives, and Chapter 3 verbs. Now I do not have enough time to go over all 8 chapters with you, but I do believe that by showing you just these 3 Anki decks, you'll already have a great overview of what to expect when you get to French B1 vocabulary Anki deck. So let's get started with home. Study now. And this is the first card that we see. We see a French sentence with 2 underscores, 2 blank areas. Underneath it, we see an English translation of the French sentence. We turn the heating off in the summer. And underneath that, we see a picture. And this picture is a visual representation of the French sentence. Now, this is here so you can get a better understanding of the French sentence, but also to create a link with the sentence and the words that we're looking for. So, how do you say the heating in French?
Nous éteignons le chauffage en été. Le chauffage, un chauffage.
Great. So we see right over here that this is the sentence area. And in the sentence area, we see the correct sentence and of course the answer that we've been looking for. However, what is interesting is that we see right over here, we see that there is a part that is in blue, the correct answer. Why is this? French is a gendered language. All nouns are either masculine or feminine. All masculine nouns are shown in blue and all feminine nouns are shown in pink. This is there so we can better remember the gender of nouns. Now, underneath that, we have the IPA notation. This IPA notation is here so you can better pronounce the French sentence, and pronunciation is very important when you want to learn a new language. Underneath that, we have the English translation of the French sentence, and if you click on this, we can hear the audio again.
Nous éteignons le chauffage en été.
This area is the singular noun area, so we have le chauffage, un chauffage, definite form and indefinite form. We have the IPA notation, and we have the English translation. Let's click on this to hear the audio again.
Le chauffage, un chauffage.
And you can see right over here that there is an empty area, and I will show you more about this empty area in the next few cards. The ceiling of this room is 3 meters high. How do you say the ceiling?
Le plafond de cette pièce fait 3 mètres de haut. Le plafond, un plafond. Les plafonds, des plafonds.
Great. So we've seen this sentence area before, we've seen the singular area before, but over here we have the plural noun area. So this is where the plural version of the noun is shown. We have the IPA notation, we have the plural version, and we have the audio.
Les plafonds, des plafonds.
Great. Let's do another card. She recorded her experiences in her journal every night. How do you say journal?
Elle décrivait ses expériences dans son journal intime tous les soirs. Le journal intime, un journal intime. Les journaux intimes, des journaux intimes.
Wonderful. So as you can see, sentence area, singular noun area, plural noun area. Let's do another one, and let's see if we can get a feminine noun. That would be interesting. The gardener ties the tomato plants with pieces of string. How do you say string?
Le jardinier attache les plants de tomates avec des bouts de ficelle. La ficelle, une ficelle. Les ficelles, des ficelles.
And as you can tell right over here, we have a feminine noun. Why? Of course, because we can see it's in pink, and because, of course, it is a feminine noun because it's an une noun, or la or une noun. So, if you see a noun in blue, it means that it is masculine, and if you see a noun in pink, it means that it is feminine. So, let's do one more. Some friends are coming to help us with our move. How do you say move?
Des amis viennent nous aider pour notre déménagement. Le déménagement, un déménagement. Le déménagement, un déménagement.
Great. So that was the first card type, that you see some blank areas and you have to know what goes inside the blank areas. Now I'd like to show you the second card type, which is a typing exercise. So we've seen the sentence before, we turn the heating off in the summer, but now it is our job to spell the heating. So I spelled the heating. Let's see if I have it correct.
Nous éteignons le chauffage en été. Le chauffage, un chauffage.
So I had the answer correctly. Why? Because Anki shows it to us in green. And if Anki shows the answer to you completely in green, it means you had the correct answer. So wonderful. However, what if you do not know the correct answer? Let's say you do something like this.
Le plafond de cette pièce fait 3 mètres de haut. Le plafond, un plafond. Les plafonds, des plafonds.
So we see that a few things are happening over here. My answer was wrong. The part that I had correct are in green. The part I had incorrect are in red. So as you can see, it should have been masculine and it should have been a P rather than a B. And Anki shows the things that should have been there in gray and things that you had correctly in green. So this second card type really helps you when it comes to spelling the words correctly. So that was the home deck. I'd like to now go to chapter 5, adjectives. And let's see what we have over here. Sentence with a blank area, English translation. You'd be mad to marry her, and a picture. Mad.
Tu serais fou de l'épouser. Fou, folle. Fou, folle.
Okay. So let's see what we have over here. The sentence area we've seen before. However, the adjective part is interesting. French is a gendered language, which means that not only the nouns have a gender, but adjectives as well. So this is singular masculine, singular feminine, plural masculine, plural feminine. So remember, adjectives have genders and numbers as well. However, the good thing is that you can see exactly what all the different versions are. You can see the IP notation, so you can see what pronunciation is like, and you can hear this again.
Fou, folle. Fou, folle.
And you may notice that this part and this part have the same pronunciation as with this part and this part. Let's do another one. Mom, I'm tired of going to school. It's so far. How do you say far?
Maman, je suis fatiguée d'aller à l'école, c'est trop loin. Loin. Loin.
Great. Let's do another one. She learned nothing from her previous failure. Previous.
Elle n'a rien appris de son précédent échec. Précédent, précédente. Précédent, précédente.
And again, what's interesting to note is that these two have the same pronunciation and these two have the same pronunciation, even though the spelling is different. Let's do one more. I fell because the ground is not very level. How do you say level?
Je suis tombée parce que le sol n'est pas bien plat. Plat, plate. Plat, plate.
And that is what I wanted to show you. So if I were to continue, at some point we would end up with this, which is the typing exercise. However, we've already seen that, so I'll skip it for now. We have chapter 3 verbs over here. Study now. Let's see what we have over here. We have again French sentence with a blank area. Firefighters are willing to risk their lives every day. How do you say to risk?
Les pompiers sont prêts à risquer leur vie chaque jour. Risquer.
So, what is interesting is that all the verbs in this deck, in the verbs deck, and other vocabulary decks that I offer as well, have the verbs in the infinitive form, in the full verb form. So you see here to risk, you see here risquer. Why is this the case? Knowing the infinitive version of a verb, so the full verb, is incredibly important. Once you know that, you can conjugate it for all different subject pronouns. You can conjugate it in all different tenses. But the basis of everything is knowing the infinitive form. So everything you see is in infinitive form. The family gets together on Christmas Eve to decorate the tree. How do you say to decorate?
La famille se réunit la veille de Noël pour décorer le sapin. Décorer.
Décorer. Let's do one more. You're asked not to comment on our decisions. To comment.
On ne vous demande pas de commenter sur nos décisions. Commenter.
Commenter. And one more. The club needs someone to coach the team. To coach.
Le club a besoin de quelqu'un pour entraîner l'équipe. Entraîner.
So sentence area, verb, IPA, English, audio.
Entraîner.
Great. So those were the 3 decks that I wanted to show you. I'd like to go to my third point, which is to show you some brief editing options. And what I would like to show you is how to regulate how many cards you see per day. So if you click on this part over here and click on options, you can actually change how many cards you see. So we have new cards per day and we have maximum reviews per day. So I can change this from 20 to 50, for example. I can change this from 20 to 50, for example. And this changes how many new cards I see per day. So I would say 50 new cards, and this changes how many reviews I see per day. So things that I've seen before, I will do again, a review. And you see that the numbers increased. I can decrease it again to 20, 20, and they have decreased again. My advice to you would be to pick a low number. 20, I think, is fair. However, this is up to you. But it is important that you do a lower number rather than a higher number in the beginning. And the reason for that is that language learning is all about creating a habit and sticking to it, doing practice on a consistent basis. And this is a lot easier if you have a low number in the beginning. You can build up a rhythm, and then later on, if you wish to do so, you can increase that number. So that was it for this video. I would like to thank you very much for watching. You can get the French B1 vocabulary Anki deck from languageatlas.com. I will share all the links with you in the description and comment section. Thank you so much for watching. I wish you the best of luck when it comes to learning the French language. And of course, I wish you a very good day as well. Goodbye.